So Dale,
Yeah.
I understand that I Found Agent can answer that age-old question about keeping the customer and client engaged with the agent's website rather than another national website in looking at properties and getting questions answered. How does I Found Agent uh, make that happen?
So you've heard that, have you? You've heard
I
that
have
out
heard
there.
that.
Yeah. You have heard that. I've heard that thousands of times, probably literally over the last, 10, 12 years I've been doing this with agents, working with agents. So first I want to clarify there's two types of customers that agents deal with on their websites. And often it just gets kind of these customers get collapsed into like, and the way you even asked the question was, how do they get people to use their website?
Hmm.
And we address it in a way where we're talking about two different types of people or two different customers. It's the home buying perspective
Hmm.
or prospect, and then there's the non-buying or past client perspective or
Okay.
prospect, right? So there's there are two different groups of people we're talking about. And yeah, I've heard I can't even get my parents to use my website. My kids
It's
use my
true.
website. Like it's funny, but it is true. Now, the the challenge with real estate websites over the years is they just haven't been built in a way that lets an agent use it with their customer base. Mostly it's been, hey, here's my business card. Go do a search. Go to my website, do a search. Have you heard that? I mean,
Oh
I've
yeah.
heard that a ton of times. That's kind of like sending somebody a blank search from the MLS.
Hmm. Very much so.
Agents don't do that. They set up a search in the MLS and send it to somebody, but they don't do that on their website. And that's a big problem because you're making people figure out how to use their website, which they're not going to because the big boy companies, the national guys, they've spent $1 billion brainwashing all of us to use their system to do home searches.
And
So,
people do.
and people do. So to send somebody to your website without a search preset for them, they're not going to do it. They're not going to use it. So one thing for buyers especially, you have to preset a search. And I Found Agent has gone to work on that from the very beginning. We had the consumer in mind and developing a search way or a way to put together a search and send it to a customer with a preset search like an agent can do in the MLS, but it's on their website and it is very effective at pulling somebody that they're working with, that they're incubating, so to speak, to their website to look at listings. But it has to be a preset search. It can't just be, hey, here's my card or here's my QR code, go to my website and figure it out. Okay. They're just not going to do it. Or it's rare that that happens. So that's on the buyer side. And then on the homeowner side or the past client side, and I talk about this from like your homeowner sphere, because every agent knows people who have bought a house, who own a house, people, friends, family they haven't done business with, but every agent knows people who own homes. And all of those people go to Zillow when? It's not that they're always going to Zillow to look for a new house to buy. They're not going for that purpose. Not most of the, 99% of the time, they're not going to Zillow to look for a new house to buy. They're going to Zillow 99% of the time is because they see listings in their neighborhood and they want to know what those homes are going for.
Everybody wants to know that. I do. Everybody wants to know what the house around the corner down the street is going for.
Exactly. I mean, you've heard this phrase, that's the nosy neighbor thing. Like,
Absolutely.
what's the house like, what's it going for? But it's all pointing back to that homeowner's value of their home. So again, real estate agent websites, have not typically been set up for how do we get that person back to my website or get that person back to a real estate agent's website. And I found Agent does that very well as well with the search tool we put together. You basically set up a search like you can do in the MLS, but it's on your website, and it's all active, sold, and pending listings around their house. That goes out like a CRM, like, CRMs are built to send stuff automatically as a drip campaign. We're doing a drip campaign with listings around that homeowner's house. During the month, in between those monthly emails, new listings come on the market and listings get sold.
Mhm.
Very important time to be in front of your customer base or an agent to be in front of their homeowner sphere. And that's because when a homeowner sees those signs go up, boom, that triggers, I'm going to the big boy company to look it
Right.
up. Okay. So our system sends those notifications out like the MLS does. It sends them out instantly as they happen. So the sign goes up, customers email. And they happen so that now the customer, and they see that sign, oh, my realtor already sent me that. And they just look on their email or they look in the text that we send, and they can quickly get to the price, the square footage, the beds, baths. There's a picture, there's an address, and a link that says, hey, see more about this house. Click, and it puts them right on the agent's website for that specific house. They don't have to search for it, they don't have to look for it. It's boom. But just on that initial email we send, there's the price and the house, a picture of the house. So the person knows instantly, oh, that house is selling for 525. And that's all they want to know often. They just want to know the price. They're not looking to sell, they're not looking to buy anything. They just want to know. What we see is a lot of our instant update or analytics show those emails get read quite a bit more than just the monthly email that gets read, because
Yeah.
those are people want to see mostly. So hopefully that answers your question. How do I get people back to my website? Well, we specifically built a way, build searches from your site, send them out using our internal CRM as a drip campaign. On the buy side, it's whatever criteria they're looking for, and turn on updates for new listings. And on the homeowner side, the monthly with the active sold listings around their house, and then instant updates for new and sold listings so that when those happen spontaneously, really, for the homeowner, you're in front of them as the agent to pull those folks back to your website.